Hello, people. Welcome to the new episode of Don't Make Me Call Her. I'm your Ginja Ninja Chinatown Bruce Lee Master Trainer Grace Lamb.
And I'm Jason, as always, the devil's advocate to whatever you want to throw at me.
And also my student. My old age student. So what we're talking about
senior
today,
students? Yeah.
we are talking about access denied, no entry.
What's that?
Today. The art of strategically cut off people, which I actually get a lot of messages from people asking me to talk about this topic, which is very interesting.
That sounds good.
So it's actually quite common in the real world. The amount of people I've met that are not talking to their family or really old friends or siblings, it's actually quite a lot. What does that say about society?
Our tolerance level's gone down?
No, I think just because someone is close to you or you've known them for 100 years or they are one of your families or relatives, if the relationship is toxic and disrespectful, for me, now you should deny access. Because they bring in bad energy and they change your peace, basically.
Yeah, that's what it is. We have little enough peace anyway. It's like, got to protect that.
100%, right? I mean, the problem with people, I think, is if it's someone really close to you, let's say a family member or a relative or a high school kindergarten friend that you've been friends for since kindergarten. This is what's so weird about sometimes with people is that just because you went to high school with this person or primary school, you feel like you have to keep in touch because everyone's keeping in touch.
Yeah, I don't. I've never been that person.
Are you in touch with anybody from primary school or high school?
No. Why would I?
I don't think I am either.
No, the day I walked out the door, I was like, okay, I'm done. See ya.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have any friends anyway, so you're fine.
Exactly.
Whereas I have a lot of now loosely called friends. I never used to differentiate.
Yep. So what are your categories?
Acquaintance, colleagues, friends.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call everybody. Don't call everybody your friend because they are not. And that's I really learned that, especially after moving here to Australia.
Yeah.
Friends meaning they were there for me, 100%, especially during bad times, and also good times when I have won in whatever project or reach a certain goal of mine, I tell them and they are more happy for me than myself.
Yeah, gotcha.
Those are the real friends. There are so many fake fucking people that pretend to have sisterhood or friendship, but they deep down are so jealous of your achievement that they couldn't even contain on their fucking face. Right? I mean...
You mean just the look on their face?
You can tell. I am really good at reading people.
Yeah.
You can fucking tell when they are not genuinely happy for you or when they ask about how you are. They don't give a fuck. They're just doing the whole, hi, how's it going? Oh my God, I miss you, I love you. I'm like, I don't throw those words lightly, to be honest.
No, you never do.
And I find, especially white people, they just throw it up so easily. It's like they're popping like aspirin or something, Yeah, I'm very aware of, I can be fake.
But why would you? Why would you bother?
Because I think people want you to think. They want you to let your guard down.
Mm-hmm.
So that you think you're stupid enough to think that they're a nice person, whereas they're not. I've dealt with a few. And it's not that I don't want to call them out.
Yep.
I'm just watching it like a movie, how it folds out. They think that I don't know, but I can see everything. Do I have to tell you? No, I can be just as fake as you are. So let's go.
But I think that also comes down to people, trying to make friends kind of too quickly or easily.
Yeah.
You got to just roll with it a little bit and see how it goes. Like, don't rush into calling everyone your friend. Like, That's kind of weird.
I observe people all the time.
Yeah.
So how do you deny access? I used to scream and shout, as people know, which I've said so many times.
Really?
And I used to always fight to win an argument.
Yeah, you did.
Now, I really couldn't give a fuck. And I love, as we said earlier in episodes before, I love watching people fall into my trap and watch them bleed slowly.
But you're still waiting for that moment. That's what's funny. You haven't quite let it go yet.
No.
Whereas
how
I
do
take the Keanu Reeves method, where it's like, you know, if someone says 2 + 2 = 5, I'm like, yep, it is.
Yeah, you're
See
very
ya.
good like that. You're very good like that. I think and also I've spotted so many narcissistic characters in the past few years that I can basically write a book. And some people think I'm narcissistic. I'm like, whatever, man. Whatever you want to label me, go ahead. I really don't care. So I think the key thing is when you meet people and you spot a character, or even people who you know for like 10 to 30, 40 years, don't let the history cloud your views about them.
That's true.
Because I've had many disappointment in the past few years of people that are very close to me have betrayed me, and they don't think they've done it.
Yeah.
And they don't want to apologize. Not only they don't want to apologize, they think they're right. And I'm like, you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're right, but you just lost me. Access denied.
That's it.
And sometimes you just have to let them be. Let them be in the little sad circle of thinking they're always right, even though they've done some shady shit behind my back. And my revenge is you can't know anything about me, and it feels so good.
Yeah, that's, you know, the best way is just drop it and move on.
And you know what's really interesting is that a lot of people that are close to you will use words. They say, I love you, I'm there for you, I will support you, but they show no action.
Yeah.
Whereas I prefer that you don't say a fucking word, but you show up for me. So I think loyalty, different people have different levels of loyalty.
Yeah.
And what I have discovered that you cannot ask someone to give you more when they are incapable.
That's the problem.
I think that is the expectation.
But that's expectation. So
Yes.
that's the hard bit you have to deal with on your own. That's not on someone else. I think dealing with your own expectations of others is also a problem for a lot of people.
And also, let's talk about sisterhood and brotherhood. You know, it doesn't have to be, blood related. Whether it's blood related or not, I think there are a lot of people that pretend to have sisterhood, but they get very jealous of people doing well or whatever, or they have a better husband, or, people are just very competitive, right? And I think jealousy is one of those things that can kill you.
Definitely.
And what I find interesting is that some people that I had dispute with for the past few years, they always twist the plot. It's crazy. Like I would confront them and they will always twist the plot and push it against me that, oh, you said this, you said that. So there's one person I follow religiously, Jefferson Fisher. He is a American lawyer. He blew up on social media. So how he teaches people how to speak when there's disrespect is amazing. Please go and check him out because I learned so much from him.
Yeah, he's clever. He
Very
has
clever.
good angles on how to approach awkward situations.
I think sometimes with people that when they message me about, oh my God, my mother-in-law said this, my sister-in-law said that, my brother-in-law, my mom said this, or my sister, whatever. My friend said, my best friend said this to me. I would say if you still want to keep that relationship, you need to remove yourself. You need to keep your distance. I mean, first of all, I don't know why you want to keep that relationship because it's toxic. But whatever, man, because you're related or because you've known each other for 30 years, I would say keep the meeting or conversation short.
But if you're in the middle of it, sometimes you don't recognize what a toxic relationship is because, you're stuck in the middle.
But you can recognize it because it makes you feel bad when you leave them. When you talk to someone and they make you feel small and belittle you, pretend to love you, it's all because of love. I think you have to base everything on your own feelings, or your own emotion.
Yeah.
If that person makes you feel shit every single fucking time you meet them, why bother?
No, I couldn't agree more.
I mean, how do you get rid of toxic people in your life?
Don't really have many of them because they've all...
Really? I can name a few.
I just let them all disappear without even bothering to keep up with it. It's no point. I just find that if, there's people that come and go, and if the relationship is sort of one-sided, you're making all the effort and they don't reciprocate the same amount of effort, then I'm just like, okay, cool, we're done. And that's it. I don't even bother thinking about it too much. It just fades off into the distance and I move on.
I think there's something that I want to point out that's called formation diet. What is formation diet? I mean, not literally
What?
eating some information diet. So formation diet means that you don't give them any raw material to use against you. You keep the conversation light, keep it about the weather, keep it about the sports, keep it about the traffic, nothing important. And you do not let them delve deep into your personal shit because people like that will use it to go against you and to use your words and twist it and make you look bad. That's what they do best. So no personal information given, even if it's your parents, if they're toxic. No. I mean, this applies to colleagues, everyone. So I think that's a really good way of keeping the relationship still, but keep it light.
So when do those relationships that you keep very light, when do you just cut them out altogether?
Some people do cut out their parents or family because of a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
However, there are also some people that ride on family values, you know? So for those who want to keep the relationship going, you know, you meet every 6 months, 3 months, whatever. So there's still some kind of contact, but you keep it very short. Or when you call them, you go, I've only got 5 minutes. What's up?
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
So that means that you're not calling them, but you keep it short. Just make sure they're not dead. And I think when you suddenly cut off access, definitely people notice, right?
Yeah.
And if they have the guts to ask you why, by all means, lay it all out. But as we know, most people have fucking baby ears, so they don't want to have confrontations.
Yeah, that's true.
So then just let it be. You know, I think the most important thing that I realized at 53 young is that I want my peace. I want to concentrate on my life goal. And if any fuckers come in my way, I'm going to kick them out.
Yeah.
So that is my goal now. And you should do the same. Because if you get distracted by people who keep feeding you toxicity and also wasting your time, you are so far from your own life goal that you are always sucking into this kind of like a whirlpool of drama all the time. Now, I don't want to deal with drama. When you think you have done me no wrong, yeah, you're right. Go and lead your stupid life. Go and tell people how I did you wrong. I mean, one thing I have to learn, and still learning, which I think I've done quite well so far, is that I can't control people's mouth on what they say about me.
Yeah.
I used to want to control. Huge mistake, because that's such a waste of time.
Yeah, that could take forever.
Now I let them do whatever they want, say whatever they want. If they're right, whatever.
Yeah.
But the truth will lie deep. And also, karma is an amazing bitch. You might not get your karma now, but oh boy, in 10,
It's
20,
coming.
50 years' time, maybe it will come to you.
Yeah.
And by then, I will have nothing to do with you. I think that, for me, is so much better than fighting with someone.
Yeah, well, that also, you know, it comes back to you've got to take control of the conversation and the situation and your expectations of others. I think that's probably the biggest thing, is that, you know, we sort of get a bit addicted to drama. You know, it feels like it's something happening or it's something exciting, but it's just drama for the sake of drama. And don't really need any of that.
But I also do self-reflection as well.
Yeah.
And I maybe do a bit too much.
Yeah.
But I like to make sure that the problem doesn't come from me only. And I'm one of those people, I take accountability. And
that's rare.
I have no qualm of saying sorry or apologize. And I wish people I know would do that.
Yeah.
Because not only sometimes with people, they find it so hard to apologize, they still think they're right.
Yeah.
And they will never change. So you just have to let them live their little life and
Do
you
it
move
without
on.
me.
You move on. And what I realize that because I have changed so much in my character, that people who do not accept me or people who want to put me in the same box as what they've known me 100 years ago, the reason is they realize that because I have changed, they can't put me down anymore. They can't put me in a box anymore. Because once they admit that, they realize they have not changed and they're lagging behind and they don't like that feeling.
That's the scariest bit of all. Is
they
that
don't
when
like that feeling. Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah, the world moves on around you and you stay the same. That's the worst.
It's like high school friends. There's always one that been bullied. There's always one being like, knocked down. And I mean, even personally, I have stories that I'm not going to go too deep because then the more I say, the more we know who it is. A bunch of people that I know always pick on one person. And this one person doesn't retaliate. And now this person cut the group off and they don't know what the fuck to do anymore. Because that person, that character that they bullied all these years is gone. And people just don't know what to do with this time. I'm like, very mean. Yes. The problem with being a victim of a toxic relationship is that it's complex, right? But I think when you call people out for their bad behavior, if they flip the script, then you know they are narcissists. I think it's pretty clear. And suddenly, you're the one that they hurt. They will twist the whole story around and make an attack on you. So watch out for those kind of signs because it's very clear. And there's no point of drilling into it. Just sit back and watch. And don't respond.
Or just see if they ever take any accountability for any of it, or if it's always your fault somehow.
There's one thing I learned from Jefferson Fisher is that he said to respond to people like that, you go, you let it sit for a few seconds and you go, that's not how I remembered. But anyway. And then just leave it as that.
That's good.
And they will come back and try to explain more and then they make a fool of themselves. I'm like, it's so great to watch. So anyway, let's wrap this bitch up and move on to Ginja Ninja Combat Zone. What do we have this week? So this lovely listener, this is going to be very short. This lovely listener said, I love champagne.
Yeah.
But I have beer budget. What shall I do?
Don't we all?
I know, right?
Yes.
I mean, girlfriend, you just have to suck it up. Just buy more beers.
Depends if you want to be an alcoholic or not.
I mean, I don't drink anymore and it's so liberating. I save so much money and I don't have hangovers anymore and it's great. I think you should try. So on that note, let's wrap this up and don't forget to DM me on Gracelam Style or Gracelam Chats with all your dilemmas, problems, so we can not solve it. As I always say, caveat this, we're not therapists, psychologists. We are not qualified to give you any advice. But it's just fun to have your input. Anyway, stay tuned for next Wednesday episode. And have a wicked week, people. Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed my chat today, hit follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Forward your favorite episode to a friend. Follow me on Gracelam Chats and also Gracelam Style on all social media platforms. Tune in every Wednesday for a new episode. Don't Make Me Call Her podcast series is produced by Haro Production. Music by Lindsay Lai at lindsayli.com. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!